Oh, okay. Uh, I... Ah, damn it, I got no water. Oh well. Anyway.
You goddamn weird.
You know what? Anyway, I am wasting so much time in these videos just sitting here laughing at stuff off camera, and then I'm confusing all of you at home watching this. You're just like, what the hell is wrong with Steve? Did he like smoke a whole bunch of PCP, and is he seeing like leprechauns like trying to like, I don't know, fuck clouds or something? No, I assure you I don't do drugs. If I was, Armageddon would be happening, let's put it that way. Anyway, so yeah, we talked about sexuality in comics. Oh yeah, we were talking about the sidekick thing. No, I think with Brave and the Bold that, I mean, we've been introduced to many different variations of characters. I mean, they introduced Robin, but then he became Nightwing.
Yeah, and the whole idea to actually have him wear the original 80s Nightwing costume was simply just weird, but at the same time it made total sense.
And when you watch Brave and the Bold, I actually challenge this. I will throw down the gauntlet here to anybody, and I want you to post a reply, you know, in my comment box. But I want people to watch all the seasons of Brave and the Bold, all the episodes, and I want you to count how many Batman references, especially references to the Adam West TV show, that you can find. Because the more I watch these episodes, the more I'm finding hidden stuff in the backgrounds. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, whoa, I did not realize that. That show, I swear, was inspired by the Adam West TV show, because they're showing the Shakespeare head. They show like the old 60s Batmobile from the Adam West TV show. Adam West himself has done at least like 2 or 3 voiceover roles in that entire show. It's ridiculous. It's like, okay, we get it. The Adam West TV show is one of the major moot points of the cartoon. We got it. But you know what? Brave and the Bold has done many great things. And I think one of them, probably the darkest, but one of the best episodes, because it was done by Paul Dini. And let's face it, Paul Dini does anything, you know, it's almost sure to be pure gold. He did the Chill of the Night episode, which is when Batman confronts Joe Chill, the guy who murdered his parents. And I just...
that is, without a doubt, one of the greatest pieces of fiction of anything involving Batman ever created.
And I love the quote that he gives the Spectre, when the Spectre says, if he lives, Batman dies. And Bruce Wayne, we finally see his face, because it's always been obscured until that episode, and he goes, Batman may die, but Bruce Wayne will never, or something like that. And I just stood there and I was like, whoa. And I think the 2 greatest moments that you and I both kind of geeked out at, the first one was when he meets his mom and dad at that charity banquet, and Batman fights alongside his dad, which I don't care if you're a casual fan, a hardcore fan, that's just cool.
Yeah, that really is cool. And you gotta admit that I think that Thomas Wayne's outfit in that party event, you gotta admit that looks a hell of a lot like the earliest Bob Kane drawing of Batman's costume from the comics.
Oh yeah, and I think one of the great parts as well that you and I both love is kind of the entendre of it when Joe Chill basically says, he basically admits to the criminals that when he killed, Thomas and Martha Wayne, that, he actually was, in a sense, the guy that created Batman. And I love the fact that Poison Ivy, the Joker, Mr. Freeze and everyone just basically turns on Chill and tries to murder him. And I think, to me, that was a very interesting and cool moment. And a lot of people actually said, well, if it's Batman Brave and the Bold, then why are they introducing, Batman villains? Well, of course you can't have a series with Batman without having characters like Two-Face, or Solomon Grundy, or the Joker.
Seriously. Although one thing I always questioned about that episode was, who was that guy who looks kind of like Mr. Freeze, except he wasn't? Do you know who that was? He kind of looked like an astronaut, but he had like a freeze gun, like Mr. Freeze had.
That, I can presume, was actually, I believe, an earlier version of Mr. Freeze. I'm not quite sure myself. Uh-oh. That's a blooper that's staying in. No, I'm kidding. Well, that was interesting. I'm in a very random mood tonight, if you guys can't tell. But, yeah. Pretty much, that's what happened. But, uh-oh. Trying to hail the monster here. Oh, there we go.
Did you stop the camera right when I left the party?
Nope. I just basically turned the camera around to my face, made a goofy noise, and then I basically looked at people and said, "This blooper is staying in." Why? Because I say so.
Right, but yeah, that's one of the things about doing these on Xbox is that the internet connection flashes in and out.
Oh yes, it's a lot like having a Beanie Weenie crown, and you're in a room with fat people. Now, what does this have to do with anything? Absolutely nothing. It just sounded really, really funny and absurd in my head. And we're moving on now to... But anyway, we could talk about this all night and talk about the absurdity of sidekicks and shows like Brave and the Bold, but that's actually our next topic. We will be talking about why good shows are being canceled.